Hola amigos, once again, this is your maestro here with another Spanish video, and today we're going to be looking at the different verbs or the different verb categories we have in Spanish. So I hope you enjoyed the previous video. I hope you have the one with the alphabet. I hope you are able to look at it, and I hope you are able to start off on the right footing. So today we are going to cover something very crucial, something very, very important in this linguistic journey, and these are the verbs. The verbs we have in Spanish. And in a minute, I'll be moving over here to my board right here to illustrate. I like illustrating practically when giving these examples or when sharing this info with you. So the first thing to know is this, and this should be some piece of good news. Every verb in Spanish, it doesn't matter what verb it is. It's either going to end in AR, ER, or IR. So every verb in Spanish is either going to end in AR, the letter AR, or ER, or IR. That is it. That is it. No verb in Spanish is going to end differently. It's all going to end in have either of those endings. So now the job becomes, and this is the backbone of the language, because you can be given a word. Let's say even in English, you can be given a verb in its infinitive form. Now, what's a verb in its infinitive form? Let me erase this. A verb in its infinitive form means that it has yet to be broken down. Let me illustrate in English. For example, the verb to speak. It's in infinitive form. In the infinitive, meaning it has not been broken down. And what do I mean by breaking a verb down? And in foreign languages, the breaking down of a verb from its infinitive form, it's called conjugate. Some big words here. So conjugate, conjugating a verb is the breaking down of a verb from its infinitive form, from its original form. So let me finish my illustration in English. I was talking about the verb to speak. And I said the verb to speak, the way it is here, it's in the infinitive. Because over here, let's say it's neutral, it doesn't mean anything. Now it makes sense when you start breaking it down to the first person, second person, third person, etc. For example, I speak, or we speak, or they speak. So you see, it's in the infinitive original form, and now it's conjugated to the first person, etc. So now it makes sense. You can be able to assign a subject. So the same rule applies in Spanish. And so, like I say, every verb in Spanish, it doesn't matter what verb it is. It's either going to end in AR, ER, or IR. Now, having known that, usually the tricky part is, and this is the backbone of the language, knowing how to break those verbs down. And now here is the difference between English and Spanish is that the ending, for example, the ending for in Spanish for the first person singular, second person singular, third person singular, they are going to be different. They're going to be different. Again, let me illustrate in English. In English, you can see to speak. For example, the endings are almost similar. First person, we say I speak. Second person singular, you say you speak. And first person plural, third person plural, you say we speak. And even when the subject is they, we say they speak. So note the ending of the verb speak. The same. First person, same. Second person, same. Third person, same. And this is same. Now, the difference in the Romantic languages and in Spanish is that these endings are going to be different. And this is where one has to keep up. This is where one has to keep up. Again, this is in the spirit of laying a foundation. Because if you lose it here at the conjugation, then later on down the line, and this is where it gets many people, later on down the line, you're going to be lost. You're going to be lost. And it's at this point that most people give up because they hear of conjugating. It's so complicated, it's this and that. But don't worry, I've been through that journey and I've done it. And I'm just about to show you how to do it. And for today, remember, I'm going to cover the verbs ending in AR. The AR verbs. That's what I'm going to cover today. So again, if you are enjoying these videos, keep on watching them. I'm going to be keep on posting them. Next, I'm going to start with the AR verbs. Then I'm going to do the ER verbs and the IR verbs. Then I'm going to go deeper, like into the present tense, past tense, subjunctive, and a lot of what I've learned in this language. So subscribe, leave a comment, like the video, and I promise you it's going to be an exciting linguistic journey. So let's start with the AR verbs today. Let's start with the AR verbs. And I'm going to give you the example of AR verb I used to speak in English. And I'm going to use the same verb, but this time Spanish, to speak. And to speak in Spanish means hablar. Hablar. Now, I did post a video about the Spanish alphabet. I wasn't able to cover everything in the Spanish alphabet, but hablar means to speak. And I can tell you in Spanish, you almost hear like I'm not pronouncing the H, because H in Spanish is silent. H in Spanish is silent, so it's going to be pronounced hablar. Now, what's the first thing you do in conjugating? And let me highlight something here. How do you know what category of a verb a word comes from, or a verb is? And when I say category, I mean what's the ending? Just look at the ending, AR. So just the ending there, and this is a regular verb. Again, I'll be speaking about regular and irregular verbs. This is a regular verb. The ending is AR. So the way you do this is the conjugate. Before now, when you have to start breaking the word down in first person, second person, and all that. So the first person singular in Spanish is yo. Yo means I. And then the second person singular is tú. Pronouns tú. I'm going to speak about the accents in a different, and when I say accents, there are these small marks on there. And then we have the next is L, EL, which means him. Then we have EL, ELLA, which means her. Then we have usted, which means you. This means you, and this means you. And I'm going to cover the differences in upcoming videos. let me see, I may have run out of space down there. So let me go back to the top of my board, and so that I am able to illustrate everything. So I'm going to orientate my camera here so I'm capture everything. So the verb is hablar, to speak. Hablar means to speak. And so we have the first person singular, which is yo, then second person singular, which is to you. Then we have third person singular, L, which is him. Then we have also er, which is her. You know, now him and her, even in English, they go together. Then we have usted, which is also you. And I'm going to give the differences in the upcoming video. I'm going to give the differences between the you. This is you. It's called you informal, and this is you formal. Then we have nosotros, which is we. And then we have ellos, ellas, and ustedes, which is ellos is the plural of el, ellas is the plural of ella, this is the plural of him, this is the plural of her, and this is the plural of you. That's something else very exciting about Spanish that I'm going to be covering, is that everything in Spanish has a plural. Even water has plural. Waters, yeah. No, yeah, unbelievable. So now, how you conjugate? This is what you do. You separate the verb in order to conjugate. You just eliminate the ending of the verb. So in this case, AR, and then you are left with what's called the stem. Now the stem is which you transplant here. In this case, once you eliminate AR, you're going to be left with HABL. That's the stem. Now you can as well go ahead and bring that here, because now you're going to add the endings, the different endings. I told you different in English than to English. So HABL, you can as well go ahead and bring that here. Then we're going to add the endings. So the first ending for I, the first person is O. So it's going to be your hablo. Then for the second person singular, it's AS. I'm going to underline the ending. It's AS. Then for him and her, él and ella, it's A. For ustedes, usted, it's also A. And for nosotros, which is we, it's A, M, O, S. And for the plural of this, it's A, N. So now we have your hablo, I speak. Now you have tu hablas, you speak, informal. This we use with friends and family. I'm going to have a video specifically for that. And now you have él habla, he speaks. Ella habla, she speaks. Then usted habla, you speak, formal. And nosotros hablamos, we speak. And ellos, ellas, ustedes hablan. They speak, or you speak, plural. Now look at the differences I was telling you in English. If you go back to that video a little bit, you go back to the video a little bit, you're going to see what I was saying. In English, we have I speak, you speak, we speak. It's all the same ending. But look at Spanish. The first person, the ending is O. The first person singular ending is O. Second person singular ending is AS. Third person singular ending is A here and there. And then for we ending is A, MOS. And for ellos, for they ending is AN. So this is the trend in Spanish. The verbs are going to have, unlike English, the verbs are going to have different endings depending on the subject. And this is what many people find tiring. This is what scares away many people. But once you get, this is a matter of just committing them to memory. Once you commit them to memory and you know the endings, because hey, good news is for all the regular AR verbs, these are going to be the endings. They are not going to change. So once you commit them to memory, you are done. Then you move on to the next category of verbs. So those are the endings for regular AR verbs. And one thing I would like to emphasize or to point out is that, you see, for example, your hablo, Spanish, I speak, this we are speaking in the present tense. It also is the same as it corresponds to the English simple tense. I speak. It also corresponds to the emphatic I do speak, and to the progressive I am speaking. So your hablo can mean I speak, I do speak, and I am speaking. And again, this is the rule for all the verbs in Spanish in the present tense. So I hope you've learned something new in this video today, the AR verbs and the conjugation, which is how to break down the verbs. Remember, today we covered verbs in the infinitive. What's a verb in the infinitive? It means this verb is in the original form. It has not been broken down. That's the infinitive. What's conjugating? Conjugating is breaking down of a verb. So now we go to where we assign it the subject, first person, second person, etc. And we did cover the endings for the regular AR verb. So I hope you're enjoying the journey with your maestro. Thank you so much for watching this video. Keep on watching. Hit down there, subscribe, and share with friends as we embark on this journey of learning Spanish. Remember, it's always the baby steps. One step today, 2 steps tomorrow, and before you realize, you're going to be fluent in this language. And I'm talking to you from a position of strength because that was the same journey I underwent. So until the next time, hasta luego, muchas gracias, and keep sharing. Be on the lookout for the next video. Adios.